Yeah, hi all. Today we will be focusing on observability, monitoring, and alerting kind of stuff. So, as you know, do you have any idea on what's observability or monitoring or alerting kind of thing? Do you have any idea on that?
Uh, is it like managing something?
Sorry?
I mean, is it similar to like managing something?
Actually, I told you know observability, then monitoring, also alerting. These three are the main agenda for today, actually. So observability and monitoring, alerting, all those things are basically, for example, let me tell you something. Uh, we do have our workloads that is deployed in cloud, right? We may have some virtual machines, right? A group of virtual machines, or we may have some Kubernetes, right? There may be some Kubernetes deployed, or maybe there's some app services. We may have some workloads which is deployed on cloud, right? Whether it is on cloud or on premise, no issues. But we will have some workloads. Generally, we can call it as some kind of workloads, right? We have, according to our requirement, there will be some virtual machines or Kubernetes or app services or different web service or whatever it is. Ideally, we may have, generally, we can call it as we will have some workloads in our premises, whether it is on cloud or on premises. So if we have only two servers or two clusters or two app services, it is easy to manage, right? It is like we can just monitor it, how it is going, whether that CPU utilization is shooting up or the RAM consuming us is shooting up, or in different cases, or in peak times, or in that low times also, how our systems are responding, or how the system or the resource or the workloads is utilized, like that, lot of such, right? We can easily monitor that. For example, if this is my laptop, I can search for task manager. See, I can search for task manager, and here I can check what. Okay, I do have this much of CPU it is using, 65% of memory is using, like that, no? And I also get some more insights on, yeah, I do have this much RAM in place, I do have this much hard disk space in place, I'm having some good amount of CPU and all, right? We will be able to understand that, right?
Yes.
So for example, I'm managing this machine, so I can easily do that with, like, with the help of these kind of applications or some kind of utilities, we can call it as, right? So when it comes to an enterprise and or an organization which have multiple different kinds of services, different kinds of workloads and all, it's pretty difficult to monitor or observe it, right, all the time.
Yes.
Because for example, if we are monitoring, let's say, this A and this B service is exposing, and it is giving us two different websites in a web server, okay, which means if we access A, we will get one website. If we access B, we will get another website, like that, okay. And we have this Kubernetes here we have one application exposed, and let's say here we have two, here we have two, here we have two. Total, we how many we have? Total 6, right? So let's say we have this organization have 6 application up and running.
Okay.
This is in production. Okay, production version. Also, there is another environment called what? Do you remember UAT, user acceptance testing?
Yeah, development.
Yeah, development environment. So in UAT, testing will happen. In development, mostly development will happen. Production is the final cut, we can say it. Then at the main version or the final version, we can call it. So if I have 6 workloads in place, I'll have 6 over here, I'll have 6 over here, and I'll have 6 over here, right? So when we consider this entirely, how many we have? 18 workloads we have, right?
Yeah.
So see, if we are thinking to monitor with the help of just like putting that tab on in our Chrome or whatever, we can monitor 6. We can use 6 tabs and we can monitor whether it is working or not. Yeah, that's fine, right? We can do it. Adding another 6 is also fine, but a little bit difficult, right? Because we need to go to every tabs regularly in a certain period of time to check whether that is available or not, right?
Yes.
And then let's see if it comes another 6, which means if it is 18,
It will be difficult to manage.
yeah, definitely that will be very, very difficult to manage what to how like what kind of managing, only to ensure that the server is up and running, right? The service is up and running, whether that's a web server or whatever it is, right? So we need to make sure that these 18 services, let's say services, is up and running. For that case, at least we need to bring up 18 tabs in our Google Chrome or whatever the browser that we have, right?
Yes.
So in that kind of scenarios, actually there's observability, monitoring, alerting kind of things comes in. What happens is like there are some kind of tools or some kind of, yeah, we can call it as tools, because it's basically some utility softwares or something that will help us to give some kind of visualization of these kind of metrics, these kind of things and all. So we can call it as some kind of tools. Okay, there are some tools. Okay, we can call it as some kind of tools that we have, which will enable some kind of visualization. Visualization means, okay, this much of things is running. Like, yeah, in terms of virtualization, which means it will give us some visual effects. It will show some data in a visual effects, which means, do you know bar charts or pie charts or something like that?
Yeah, yes, I know that. So,
Yeah. It's for visualization,
visualization.
right? To represent it in a diagram so that we are able to understand it easily, right?
We also have I mean, a software like Tableau, right, for
Yeah, Tableau
visualization.
reporting. Yes. Yeah, Tableau, Data IQ, Power BI.
Yeah.
There are different tools associated. Basically, so it's for visualization, and it's what's the advantage of that? Actually, it's very easy to understand with that kind of visualization and all, right? So when it comes to observability, when it comes to monitoring, alerting, and all of things, first we are discussing about this observability, which means how in how many ways, or how we can observe a server or a group of servers in room. Okay. So for that purpose, actually, we will have some kind of tools. There are a lot of tools, which means a lot of tools in the sense we have paid tools, we have open source tools, a lot of tools are available. Okay. So
Okay.
for example, if you just go to Google and just search for observability tools, okay, you will see at least how many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 18 to 24. 24 tool. It is like just giving a random number. Obviously, there will be more, right? So
Yes.
Dynatrace, Dynam, CloudWatch, Lightstep, lot of things, Logstash, Instant, Fluentd, lot of things. Lot of things means lot of things. A bunch of things it's giving, right? See here, if you go to top observability tools in 2024, yeah, it will give you a lot of things that it will give you Dynatrace, a lot of things. Okay. So Grafana, Neuralink, and there are a lot of tools that are available. Okay. So there are the tools that we can mainly classify into tools that will have some kind of subscriptions. Okay. And tools that we can have some open source. Okay. We can find these two kind of we can find these kind of tools actually. So there are different tools that will have some kind of subscriptions, which is completely paid, and there are some open source tools also, so that we can use freely. Also, some kind of open source tools are there, which will give us an opportunity to explore it uh, without any cost. But if we need to have some kind of specific kind of features and all, then they need to pay like that. That's also there. So what I'm explaining is, with some certain kind of tools, we will be visualizing our applications, which means here we have 18 applications, right? 18 services that is up and running. So with the help of some kind of tools, what we will do is, in a single web page, we can call it as a dashboard or something. Okay.
So, sir, basically, does it allow us to manage servers or the services?
Yeah, I'll come to that. So some kind of dashboard. Okay. So dashboard means it will give us a web page, or it could be a web page which will show us, okay, what all things it is going on like that. Okay. For example, it will give a page like this. Okay. It's a web page. For example, it's a web page. It will give few things like this, lot of things. Means I'm seeing some kind of representations. Okay. So this is a web page. We can call it as this is a web page. Okay. So this web page is capable of showing, okay, whether A is up, B is up, or C is up, like that. So in a single web page, we will get what all things are up, or is there any issues with some servers. All these can be displayed in a single window. We can call it as a dashboard.
Okay.
So I'm just generalizing it. Actually, for different tools, the terms will be different, but the idea will be same. Okay, that's why I just normalizing it, generalizing it. Okay. So So some kind of dashboard that we can generate. And these 18 applications can be whether we need to think, check whether it is up or down. Up means the application is run. Down means the application is facing some issue. It is not working as expected. So we can see all the application status in the single dashboard. So that will remove our overhead, right? It will reduce our overhead because we don't need to open 18 plus tabs. We only need to one browser and only one tab. In one tab, we will be able to see the status of all those applications, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How like it is similar as this task manager. See
Yeah, we will be
here,
able to see like multiple
yeah,
tasks.
all are in one umbrella. We can understand, okay, Toadlet is using this, okay, Acrobat is using this much MB. Like that, we are able to understand, right?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, it will give a lot of things, and it is, see, Zoom is concepting this much of memory, it is total memory consumption. So it will give us some kind of visualizations. Okay, so the observability means actually visualizing, and using that visualization, we can do something else also.
Okay.
So the
So,
first,
sir,
our
which
first, yeah.
so which tool we I mean which tool we use the most like in the DevOps? Which one is the mostly used?
Actually, we can call there will be some kind of stacks. Stacks means there will be some set of tools. Okay. Most actually earlier it was ELK. Okay, ELK, Elasticsearch, Kibana kind of tools. Actually, earlier it was popular. But
Okay.
what happens is it was earlier open source, but it was paid now, which means it needs some kind of subscriptions. So,
Okay.
so now there is one another called Grafana stack. Okay, Grafana stack, which is an open source one. Okay,
Okay.
so this is the most used one currently. This is going like this is the most trending one.
Okay.
So if someone is starting doing this, then also Azure is having also Grafana option available so that we can integrate that also. So Grafana is something like we will get a portal. Okay, Grafana we can see a portal. In that portal we can configure some dashboard. In that dashboard we can mention what all things we need to display. For example, whether we need to stick with some kind of virtual machines itself, or we need to leverage something on the Kubernetes side, or we need to check with the app services. We can put it. Okay, we can set one dashboard. In that dashboard, we can mention what all things, or what all, for example, in this server, how much CPU it is consuming, that we need to display. We can configure for this field. Like the other one is, okay, how much RAM it is consuming. We can see this in this. Also, if we need to monitor the disk usage space, we can configure here. Like that, we can manage, and we can just, it's similar kind of a dashboard kind of thing. That's it. It will give us a visual representation of what it is having.
Okay.
So that's the main area of observability. And with the help of using this observability, what happens is like we can, this is one version, which means visualizing it. Okay. With the help of what we are doing, we are observing this application, these workloads all the time. And here what we are doing, we are just virtualizing it, right?
Yes.
Virtualizing it. So for that virtualization, actually, we need some kind of agents. Agents means some kind of applications that needs to be installed in these machines. For what? To send the details. Okay. To continuously send the details. Okay, CPU is this much percentage, RAM is this much percentage, or if we have some ports, okay, number of ports or port memory or port usage, different things. Okay, we need to bring these kind of informations to this dashboards. Then only it will appear, right? Otherwise, it can't, right? Are you following that? Hello, can you hear me? I think you are on mute.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. It was on mute.
Yeah, are you getting? Are you following?
Yeah, yes. Yes, sir. Yes. Sir.
Yeah, so in that case, actually, we can mention that in under that observability, this monitoring and alerting are different subset that we can put. Okay, so to bring up this virtualization of technique or this dashboard up and running, actually we need the details from these workloads. So we need to bring those details from the workloads to the dashboard. Okay. So for that, actually, we need some kind of, we will call it as some kind of agents or something. Okay. That will collect the details from here and put it over here. Okay, like that.
Okay.
And we will use this for monitoring. And if we see, okay, for example, we see, okay, one service is down, we will check that service only. For example, it is showing K8s B is down, then we can come in and check in K8s, right? This one. Or
Okay.
if it is showing A is down, we can directly come to A and check what's happening, right?
Okay.
So with the help of this virtualization, we can do that. And the details of what all need to display that will be bring it up from the workloads that we have with the help of some kind of agents, and we can able to see those. Okay, and so that is basically monitoring. Okay, means we can monitor this, and then accordingly we can check it and troubleshoot. When it comes to alerting, what happens is alerting is something like, okay, for example, we need an alert. Okay, I need a we can alert, we can perform alert in different ways, which means if we comes to alert, what happens is I can I need an email. Okay, I need an email or an SMS or something, some kind of alert I need if the CPU is hitting 90 percentage for 5 minutes. Okay, this is a query. What I have a condition, whenever the CPU is hitting 90 percentage and it is always on 90 percentage for 5 minutes, give me an alert. Okay,
Okay.
we got that. So what
So what?
happens? What's the main advantage of this? Even if we
So
have this kind of things, let's say we forgot to monitor this regularly, but if something happens, we will get an alert via email, right?
yes, sir.
Same as if we log into our Google account from a new device from a different location, it will give us an alert, right? It will show us, okay, someone logged into your device, check this activity. So it will give us some insights whether the device from which location it is accessing, and it will ask you whether it is you or a different person, right?
Yes.
So the alert means we will get some kind of notifications from the system showing, okay, something you already configured that is already met, please come and check it, right? So that we can go in and check. So it's
Okay.
actually a vast area in the sense there are a lot of things are happening, lot of developments are happening in the observability. There are a lot of tools comes in, and there are a lot of different type of scenarios also comes in, which means while we have a lot of workloads in our cloud or on premises, we will be continuously monitoring those resources to ensure the high availability as well as the reliability of the resources or the workloads. And as part of that, we will be configuring some kind of virtualization with the help of some kind of tools. In Grafana, mainly we will be using dashboards, and we will use some kind of agents to fetch the details from the workloads to the tool, whether it is Grafana or Elasticsearch or whatever. Okay, so we will use some agents and it will happen something like that. Okay, so that will be possible. So the details will be come from here to the here and it will be able to display. Do you get the overall idea how it is happening and what's the importance?
Yes, sir.
Do you have
So
any questions on this?
no, I mean, let's say we got an alert like the system is heating up, and this application is being a problem, something is giving a problem or something. So
Yeah,
what
exactly.
exactly like we would be doing? Like, would I mean, would we be going to that particular server and managing thing over there, or I mean, what exactly would be the
Yeah, this
action
dashboard,
over there?
these kind of setups will give us some kind of information only. With that information, we can act accordingly, which means if we are getting an alert, we can act, okay, in which server we are facing issues, we will go there and we will troubleshoot like that. We can't,
Okay, okay,
we are not controlling everything from this dashboard, but we are just seeing what the status of this thing, that application for
okay,
now. Got it?
okay.
Hmm?
Yeah. It will just, I mean, it will just give an glimpse idea that, hey, this system is giving some, I mean, this server is giving some problem and all, so that we can take an action towards that particular server, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. This is for an example. You can see, are you able to see this?
Yeah, yes.
Memory CPU, okay, it is showing something. Logins, okay, or request, or you can say this one. Okay, this is the what current disk temperature. Different kind of setups that we can set up. Data, flow of data, or how much the traffic is happening. Very complex dashboards or very simple dashboards. See here, see if you see here memory request for how many it is related to some Kubernetes. So disk space, like this, we can monitor. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So we can like consolidate all in single and we can check whether see this is another one. Actually, this is called dashboard. Okay, this entire setup is called dashboard, and we can put these kind of small setups to display the required item.
Okay.
Now you got it right.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. So this is what I call a dashboard generally, and there are different type of things. Means different types means, for example, there will be what we can say, you know, logs. Do you have heard about logs?
Log. No, sir.
Logs means actually, for example, the history. We can call it just like that. For example, if we have one file in place, okay, someone comes in and take a copy, someone comes in, do some update, someone comes in, it deletes some word from there. So there are a lot of activities happen, right? So
Yes.
logs means all these details will be registered somewhere. So that we can call it as logs. Do you get that? What all activities it is going into this file, it is that will be stored as logs. So basically the history, we can call it as.
Okay.
Okay. And logs is fine, right? Logs.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah,
So
it's some
basically,
kind.
just showing the history. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Like what all things happen, what all things. That's it. So, and it will give us, for example, if something is not working, it will the logs will be there, which means it will show okay, these issues is happening like that. Hmm? So that logs means some
Okay.
kind of history that we can generally call it as. There is another thing called traces. Traces means we can call it as okay, one of A B. Actually, something is traveling from A to B. Okay, we have D, E, F, G over here, but this A is traveling to B, which means
Okay.
and the A is firstly going to D, then it is coming to G, from G to F, from F to E, then E to D, then D to B, like this. Okay, let it be like this. And if in traces, what happens is it will register all these travels, which means it has to store A, first it goes to D, then to G. All these things it need to store actually. In the traces, we can see all those travels. Okay.
Okay.
Here
So
what
is
happens is
this
only the changes happened. That is to be stored in the logs actually. But in
okay?
traces,
Okay.
the entire traversal is there.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
The the recent actions and all. I
Yeah,
mean,
actions and
the
all things.
history and all.
Yes, yes. It means to through all which all points it came through. So the entire journey will be captured. For
Okay.
example, if here in each entry, for example, if one update is happened here, what all things are updated and what all things are changed, all things will be like stored here. That's what traces.
Okay.
And there is one another called metrics. We can call it as metrics or matrices. Metrics. We can call it as metrics. Okay. Metrics means if we consider a CPU percentage is one kind of matrix. RAM percentage is some kind of matrix. Disk usage is some kind of matrix. Okay. All those are examples of metrics.
Okay.
Okay. So for example, if someone is doing, we need to check, okay, who updated that or who deleted that or who copied it like that, then we need use of logs, right? But if we need
Okay.
to check, okay, from what through which all places some kind of traffic goes, or from A to B, the traffic was gone, and through which all points that traffic going through, like whether it goes to G or F, all those things. In that cases, we need traces, right?
Yes, sir.
Which means the entire journey can have to be captured. In that case, we need to use traces. In terms of matrices, what happens? We need to get some kind of values or some kind of some kind of digits or something. We can call it as like that, right?
Okay.
So all these things can be happened in a system. Okay. There may be some updations or deletions or some kind of things happens. There may be some traffic going in and out and it is going through somewhere else. Or maybe there are some values that we need to keep, all these things. Okay. So
Okay.
when it comes to observability, okay, these whole things has to be monitored.
The logs, traces, and
Yeah,
metrics need to
traces
be
and
monitored.
metrics. Then only the observability will be effectively implemented.
Okay.
With the help of these logs or traces or metrics, what we can do, we can generate alerts.
So, sir, are these logs, traces, and matrices are related to those servers, like all those servers? Because
Yeah, for
we were
each server, for each
okay,
application, for each entity, there will be this.
okay,
In some entities, there may not be any traces or logs or metrics. That's optional, but these entities are applicable for all the servers, or the servers or
okay,
all the workloads that we have. But according to the workloads, there may be something that may miss. Normally, traces is not much important because it is not much what we can say. It's only important in those blockchain kind of things because from where it goes. In cryptos also, right? What happens is someone is registering, all those things happen, right? Multiple registering and all things are happened, right? Or in terms of some kind of banking, sometimes they need traces also. But most cases, traces is not much important. The important two things are logs and matrices. This is not much important.
okay. Logs and metrics are important. Okay.
Yeah. And for a system, whether it's a VM or whatever, okay, a Kubernetes container or whatever, app service, whatever. So if we need to collect some logs, there will be some certain tools. If we need to collect some matrices, there will be some certain tools.
Okay.
Okay.
So, sir,
So
are we going to deal with this thing like on a daily basis or only whenever the requirement comes?
this will be configured in the initial initial phase of the completion of the deployment, and
Okay.
we will be mostly dealing with the dashboards to check whether the status and all. Accordingly,
Okay.
if we are getting something, then we will go to that server and check it.
Whether the
Otherwise,
servers are running smooth and all, whether like is there any problem related to
yeah,
servers and all?
yeah, exactly. That's it.
Okay, okay,
Okay. So we will use Grafana stack. Okay, we will use Grafana stack to explore these kind of things, logs, matrices, and all. There are some kind of agents that we need to install in the workload. Okay. For logs, there is something called Loki. Okay. For
okay,
matrices, there are something called Mimir, MIMIR. Okay, these are the latest actually. If you search for Grafana, mostly it will give only Prometheus and Grafana. Okay. If you
okay,
search for Grafana, it will give Prometheus. Prometheus. Okay. Prometheus is for getting metrics and all. Okay, but now Prometheus is updated as member, and log is for logs like that, and also traces tempo, some kind tempo is there. Not important. You don't need
So,
to.
sir, for monitoring, like we are using software as a Grafana, and for observability, we have like for logs we have Loki, and
Yeah, see,
for okay,
monitoring is a subset of observability. Observability means monitoring all those alerts and all those come all together called observability. And for monitoring, we are using dashboards of Grafana. Okay.
okay,
And we are using collecting logs with the help of Loki or Grafana. We will be using matrices with the help of Memor or Prometheus. There are a lot of times, so you can watch the recording once again.
okay.
Okay, that will help you to understand.
Now, my
So,
question is, sir,
uh, mm,
I mean, are we using like Grafana for monitoring part, and are we gonna install like different software like Loki and like something etc software for observability? So, I mean, are they all going to be in one Grafana software or like different softwares? Like for monitoring, different software; for observability, like different; for logs, like a different software;
yeah,
for traces, like a different software.
all comes all together called Grafana stack. Okay, all are provided
Okay,
from the
okay, okay.
Grafana.
Okay, everything would be there in Grafana then.
Yeah, Grafana. And what we can do is also we can use the help of a Helm. Okay, Helm is something like a package manager. Package manager means if we need to install Grafana stack, okay, we can install Helm package of Grafana. So it will give us all the related components. So it will install all those things. We only need to run one command. It will install all those things.
Okay,
So Helm is something like that. It's a package manager. Package manager.
okay,
So Helm is normally used in Kubernetes. Kubernetes. If we have a container, or if we have a cluster, we can, let's say, if we are putting one command to install Grafana stack, then what happens? We just need to run one command. It will install it, like it will start containers for all the required uh, like items that we have in Grafana stack.
okay,
Basically, Helm will give some kind of package that will help us to install all those stacks and all in a single command. That's it.
okay.
Otherwise,
Right.
like what happens, like we need to run multiple commands, right? To install one software, we need to install another, to install another software, we need to run different commands, right?
Yes.
There may be some requirement of Java they need, or some kind of things that need it now. So in that part, actually Helm will help to resolve those kind of package dependencies. It will sort out those issues. It can manage those packages very easily.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
I hope it is clear.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I mean, it's quite like simple thing. Like we have like for managing servers, like we have some like dashing board, and for managing those dashing board, like we have a software called like Grafana, and in that like we can easily manage the dashboard, and also like we can manage the observability part like logs and all. So yeah,
Hmm.
it's clear.
Yes. Yeah. For that observability, and in Azure, actually, we have something more called Azure Monitor. Okay, Azure Monitor. Azure Monitor means it will be a comprehensive package of solutions that we can use in what in this. Okay.
And also, sir, we also have a dashboard in Azure DevOps as well, right? In
Not
which like
in Azure DevOps, we will have uh, Azure Monitor that is in Azure Cloud itself. Azure is not in Azure DevOps.
yeah, but last time like you said like we have a dashboard to manage the pipelines and all.
Dashboard to manage, but yeah, that we can see now. That we can see how it is running. Yeah, that is like that kind of it is there, but this is something different actually.
Okay.
This is like we will have different components. Azure Monitor, what happens is Azure Monitor is something like it's a monitoring solution from Azure, basically. Okay, what it will do is it will collect the data. Okay, it will analyze the data, and it will respond to the data. Okay,
Okay.
data means the monitoring data. That's it. Whether
Okay.
it's in cloud or on premises, whatever it may be. Actually, this the observability monitoring and all things is for the main objective is to what maximize the availability.
Yes.
Yeah, that's our main goal.
Yes.
So what happens is if we have some source in place, okay, it will be going and we will store it somewhere. Okay, which means we will collect it and we will store it, and we will do some kind of interpretation if needed. Okay, or we will respond it to it also. Okay, so basically
Okay.
we will collect from sources, we will store it somewhere else, and we need to, if we need to interpret, we will interpret, otherwise we will respond it like that. So for
Okay.
that we can use different kind of tools from Azure itself. Okay, basically Azure Monitor can monitor applications, okay, apps, VMs, also containers, DBs, all those things it can monitor. Okay, so
Okay.
there will be different kind of sources that we have. Accordingly, we can monitor. And
Yeah.
yeah, and it is like what we can say, according to the like as per the what we can say, yeah, the type of workload, according to that we
Can
can,
manage.
yeah, that the method will be different, but as we said, logs will be taken from Loki, like that.
Yeah.
These are actually open sourced, and the Azure Monitor is provided by Azure.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so like we can use what we can say in Azure portal. If you go there, actually it's there, then I can show you. See logs, metrics, alerts, a lot of things are right. That you can, let me see whether application insights is there. Okay, application insights. Okay, these are all part of Azure Monitor actually. Okay,
Yeah.
we
But
need
those are
to,
for the single servers and all. I mean, not for multiple servers.
yeah, this actually we can enable. See, we can enable. This is the resource group. No, this is the resource group. We can enable, see, insights in resource group level, so that all the resources that we have inside will be able to, we can enable monitoring. Okay,
Okay.
insight is one of like one of the solution that we have in monitoring, Azure Monitor. Okay, what it will give is like it will give us something like this, so we can test it out. Like we will get this. See, if you click on this, like we can see some kind of what some kind of representation of the, here it is not enabled. That's why we are not getting anything. Otherwise, what happens, like it will give us some kind of alerts, or it will give some diagrams and all.
Okay.
Okay, so mainly insights. When it comes to instance, we can see application insights, we can see insight for VMs, we can see insight for containers, we can see insights for networks. Okay, all these things we will be able to get it. And for visualizing that, we can use either Power BI or Grafana, and all we can use. Also to analyze, which means we have some kind of logs or something already stored. With the help of logs or metrics, we can analyze it. Okay, we can perform some kind of manipulations, or we can retrieve some kind of results with the help of some kind of queries as well. We can ask some query and it will see. If I click on logs, I think here it will not. Okay, it will not give, because it is not enabled. It will give us a window. See, like this. See, here we can type select. See, we can type select star. Okay, and we can run it. This is not enabled, that's why it is not giving. So it will give all the details. Like that, we can like analyze it. For example, for last month, from which all IP addresses this is accessed, or how much time this server was up, like that. All those kind of data can be taken out from this with the help of the queries. Okay.
So basically, we are just typing up the IP address and all, and it will give the history, right?
No. There is some kind of query language. This is KQL, custom query language. Okay. You can call it as KQL. KQL. Custom query language. KUSTO. Okay. That language is easy actually. But for you, it is not important to learn for now. Okay, later you can think about
it. Okay.
It is for analyzing the data, and also, so basically the idea is what? Once the source is identified, we will collect the data and store it. So the stored data can be interpreted with the help of this kind of log analytics or metrics and all. Okay. And the response is we can create some alerts. Okay. We can create some rules, and accordingly it will give us alerts.
So, sir, how is this Azure monitor is different from the Grafana?
Grafana is an open source.
Okay.
Azure Monitor is provided by Azure. Someone who have a subscription in Azure can only access to that Azure Monitor.
Okay.
For Grafana,
have,
sorry.
No, but both have both have the same outcomes, right?
Similar as Azure and AWS. Actually, AWS have a lot of things. Azure have a lot of things doing the same things, but different kind of what we can say, resource names or something, right?
Okay.
Like that, actually. The intent is similar. For example, we have Facebook, we have Instagram.
Yes.
All are social medias, but there are some kind of the way of
visualization is different.
Yeah, management working experience is different, like that.
Okay.
So that's the
But sir,
basic.
also like didn't you say like in Grafana, like we can deal with like multiple servers, like we can dashboard like multiple servers, but whereas in like Azure monitor,
Mm.
um I mean, is it possible to monitor like multiple servers in Azure monitor?
Yeah, it will show us in groups, which means Azure monitor.
Okay, okay, in groups. I mean, let's say if we have like 5 servers in resource group, so we can manage those 5 servers in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
resource
exactly,
group.
exactly, exactly. So if
Okay,
you see here, right, if you click on VM inside, we don't have that. See, it will what it will do, right? It will give us all the list, how many monitored, non-monitored, like this. It will give us the
okay,
list and all.
okay,
Like this,
okay,
it is possible. So the
okay,
mainly the idea is similar, but that there are different ways
okay.
actually, because all of the users are not like using Azure, no. So
Yes.
Grafana is also. See here, manager Prometheus is also there, right? Collect Prometheus metrics from your containers workloads to monitor the health and performance. There are a lot of ways
Okay.
actually, a lot of ways.
So, sir, are we going to have a look on the Grafana like in coming sessions?
Yeah, yes, we will do that. We will do that. We will
Okay,
mostly configure with the help of Helm. Okay, what we will do is like we will configure like we will use one Kubernetes cluster or something, and we will try to install the Grafana stack with the help of Helm package. Okay,
okay,
let's see how it goes. I'm heading towards that. Okay, let me see. Okay, and this part I'll like try to explore, like try to cover all the things, and then we need to, once it is finished, then we can move to the next part, because that is a Terraform and all. So that is a little bit
okay.
more than important, like more important than this, but like we will, once it is finished, then we will go to Terraform.
Definitely.
Okay. And yes, that's actually that's it for today actually. I hope
Okay.
you understand all those concepts that we have discussed, and just go
Yeah.
through this recording once again, okay, so that it will be helpful for us. So today night or something, you can just, yeah, once I've shared that, you can check it out.
Okay, sir. So, so I mean, all I can, I mean, all I would say like this. Graph in this Grafana, we
Mhm.
could we could like dashboard like multiple servers at the same time, but whereas like in Azure Azure monitor, like we could still dashboard servers, but the thing is we have to I mean we can only see those servers in a particular resource group. So let's say if we select like one resource group, so if that resource group have like 10 servers in it, so
Mm.
we could manage, we could dashboard all those servers,
Mm.
but in a resource group wise, right?
Yeah, also we can see the others also. There is no limitation of resource group also, but it is like we can't change the like the way of it is showing, because this overview, it okay, it will see monitored, more monitored like this. In Grafana, what we happen is we have the right to design our own dashboards. Okay, what all things we
Okay,
need to put. Mainly, we can put dashboard for a single VM that will display RAM, CPU usage, or whether it is idle, disk utilization, that kind of things.
okay. So I mean more add-ons would be there in
Yeah,
Grafana,
more. It is more what we can say. It is like
more depth.
more, yeah, more depth or more facilities, more features that we will get to
Okay, okay,
customize.
okay. Yeah, then much better to go with Grafana instead of just
Yeah. But
um,
it is important to understand Azure Monitor as well,
yeah,
because
yeah, important to understand.
some like Grafana is optional. Okay,
Okay.
Whether we need to go with Grafana or not, that's fine. But if someone is using Azure Monitor, definitely they will use. Okay. And also they may use Grafana also, but definitely they will use Azure Monitor. But in terms of the capability and all, Grafana is also important. That's why we are covering both.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, sir. Got it.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, perfect. So we'll cover the next session tomorrow, and mostly I'll bring up that lab tomorrow so that we can configure that part and we can finish it off.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
And okay,
Okay, sir, definitely.
okay,
Thank you.
all good, all good, all good. Okay,
Okay,
thanks for
thank you.
joining. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.